us who'll get beautiful gifts from JCPenney's fine jewelry sale want everyone who'll give them to know that we didn't want anything special, and you really shouldn't have. But we think it and you are just beautiful.
Save on all diamonds and every stone ring. Seiko, Pulsar, Boulevard, and Citizen watches. All cultured pearls, 14-karat gold chains, charms, and earrings.
Clinical tests show that none of the leading antiseptics, not one of them, helps cuts heal as fast as the #1 doctor-recommended first aid treatment. Neosporin. For faster healing, it's the one.
Revlon lips never lie.
That's true.
Long-lasting lipsticks don't always stay true to your lips.
The color changes.
But Revlon's designed a lipstick to stay true to your lips.
It's super lustrous lipstick, now with a Stay True formula.
When does 1 minute seem more like 1 zillion minutes? When it's the minute it takes to microwave Cheese Whiz instant hot cheese sauce. As you wait, your thoughts turn to that tingly tang of cheddary Cheese Whiz. Poured up and down nachos, back and forth over broccoli, melted over macaroni. Then just when you can't wait a second longer, the waiting is over. Cheese Whiz processed cheese spread. The marvelous microwave in a minute cheese sauce.
On Dallas.
As of yesterday, your mother and I became co-owners of South Fork.
But you have dishonored my daddy's name and everything he stood for. South Fork is no longer my home.
And if you've been haunted by skeletons in your closet, friends you thought were long gone,
I thought you were dead.
and a secret organization bent on destroying the entire U.S. economic system.
The 13 exist. They are a danger to this country.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
Watch Falcon Crest right after Dallas, Friday.
Next on Knox
I
Land.
am going to kill you, and if I am willing to do that, I am certainly willing to do whatever else I have to do to get away with it. And that includes killing your kids as well.
We're going to blow Manny's cover whether you help us or not.
We'll find someone else to break the story.
I don't think so.
There's obviously some kind of misunderstanding.
I'll do everything I can.
You do that, Karen. And when you do, I'll do everything I can to make sure that Michael and Paige get out of Mexico safely.
Los norteamericanos, we need to see your passport. Ándale, vámonos.
This is Kathleen Sullivan.
And I'm Harry Smith. Tomorrow at home with Richard Thomas and his children.
Also Dr. Benjamin Spock and Whoopi Goldberg on CBS This Morning.
This weekend on CBS Sports Saturday, it's the NCAA Women's Gymnastics Championships. Then the NBA playoffs continue on CBS Sports.
Mutiny on the high seas.
He told us that he had assumed command.
Was he hungry for power?
I relieved him because he definitely seemed sick.
Or was the captain insane?
My record has been spotless until now.
What really happened?
Here's to you.
On board the Kane. Jeff Daniels, Brad Davis, in Herman Woukes, the Kane Mutiny Court-Martial, Sunday.
If the point of horse racing is improving the breed, then why isn't the breed improving? The story tomorrow on the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
This is CBS.
Coming up on the 10 p.m. report, an explosion and fire ripped through a Louisiana oil refinery.
A Los Angeles skyscraper burns, pushing firefighters to the limit.
Which raises the question of fire safety in Twin Cities high-rise buildings.
Dust storms in South Dakota reminiscent of the Dirty 30.
A Twin Cities dentist and an attempt to snuff out snoring.
And in our series on education, should preschool be fun and games or hard work? I'm Pat Mile.
I'm Don Shelby. The 10 p.m. report is next.
The gold necklace, please. It's a gorgeous piece. I know. I've had my eye on it for quite a while.
You know, it's one of
sort
my...
of... Oh, please, go ahead. Well, sometimes I think you just have to. So, you don't have to wrap it. You'd like to wear it?
When you really want to treat yourself,
Absolutely.
Nothing makes you feel as good as gold. From Gordon's.
Ever wonder what it might be like if your mom were in a Best Buy store alone? At Best Buy's Mother's Day sale, you can save on the gifts she really wants. Like this GE microwave at just $69.99. And this genuine Sony Walkman for only $9.99. Plus, all microwaves are on sale, and all dishwashers are on sale, too. Come to Best Buy this week and find hundreds of gift ideas to brighten your Mother's Day at prices that'll brighten yours.
I've had enough of eating burgers. I've had enough of every kind of burgers, big and burgers small. It doesn't matter what they're called. I've had enough. I want to change. I've had enough of eating burgers.
Had enough? Try Arby's lean, slow-roasted roast beef. The revolution has begun. Taste the Arby's difference.
Hundreds of firefighters fought 2,000-degree temperatures as the West's tallest building burned out of control. But the L.A. fire is just one of several disaster stories tonight.
WCCO Television presents Pat Miles, Don Shelby, Mike Fairborn, and Mark Rosen. This is the 10 p.m. report.
Good evening, everyone. In a matter of 24 hours, 4 freak disasters have now left 4 people dead, 7 missing, more than 300 injured.
We're going to begin our coverage in Louisiana. An explosion and fire at a Shell oil refinery in Norco, Louisiana. It killed 1 worker, injured 42 people. 6 others are missing tonight. Thousands of residents nearby were evacuated as firefighters fought for 5 hours to bring the blaze under control. The blast was strong enough to set off burglar alarms 20 miles away, the cause not known. Authorities in Henderson, Nevada tonight say it was the vice president of the rocket fuel plant that died yesterday when thunderous explosions destroyed the facility. The company's comptroller is missing and feared buried in piles of hot metal and rubble. Nevada's governor has asked President Reagan to declare the site a disaster area. In Chicago, 1 man is dead, another seriously injured. The roof of a plumbing supply warehouse collapsed this afternoon. It took more than 30 minutes for rescue workers to reach the workers, and when they did, they found 1 was dead, still sitting upright on his forklift. Chicago authorities say the building collapsed when a forklift hit a support beam.
Now, that spectacular blaze in Los Angeles had happened about this time last night in L.A.'s first interstate bank tower, the tallest building in that city. The fire raged through 5 floors of the 62-story office building. It killed 1 person, injured more than 40 others. The fire was so hot, windows exploded, red-hot glass shot to the streets below. It took 300 firefighters more than 3 hours to bring the blaze under control, and at one point officials thought they would lose the battle. A precious 40 minutes were lost waiting for a city water system to be turned on. It had been shut down illegally. During the day, nearly 4,000 people work inside, but authorities estimate only about 50 people were there when the fire broke out on the 12th floor, and some of them were able to find the stairs through the thick smoke. Others were forced to the rooftop. They were plucked to safety by helicopters. This morning, arson investigators searched for a cause. The body of the lone victim was brought out, and a building foreman caught in an elevator. Survivors say they heard him yelling for help. The skyscraper did not have a sprinkler system. It was built before the California law that requires sprinklers went into effect. Workers at the bank building were installing a $3 million system. It was 90% complete.
The L.A. story prompted questions today about just how protected are the 2 biggest buildings in Minnesota, the IDS Tower and the new Norwest Bank building, now under construction. After all, the old Norwest building was destroyed by the Thanksgiving Day fire in Minneapolis almost 6 years ago. The new building will have new devices which could prevent that from happening again, but there are some limits to protecting our tallest buildings. Alan Cox with an added dimension to this story.
In its 15 years, Minnesota's tallest building has never had to evacuate because of a fire inside. If it ever happened, the alarm would probably originate from here, an underground control center that monitors the IDS center. Controllers would shut down floors, command occupants through loudspeakers, guide firefighters timed to arrive within 5 minutes. What controllers could not do is trigger sprinklers. Like the LA Bank building, the IDS center was built before sprinkling systems were required. Its only sprinklers are on the top 2 floors and the bottom 15. Outfitting the rest could cost $2 million.
We do not have any plans to
install any further sprinklers. Again, we really believe that the early detection is the most important thing. And
instructional pamphlets and videotapes tell building occupants what to expect. Stairwells are pressurized to withstand flames at least 2 hours. Across the street, where the 1982 Thanksgiving fire did its worst, state-of-the-art safety systems are nearing their final checkout. The first occupants of the Norwest Center hope to move in this summer, and most of the fire systems must be operative by then. Sprinklers stand guard over every floor. Tanks hold water midway up the building. Giant fans on the roof can pressurize stairs and individual floors to contain smoke.
We have many of the things that they were in the process of trying to install in the building when their catastrophe happened.
The designs are checked at fire department headquarters by inspectors who know their ladder trucks can only reach the first 7 floors.
So high-rise building is very similar to a ship at sea. You have to provide the firefighting equipment within that building because many of the people are not going to be able to get out of that building until the fire is under control.
Most of their planning is based on the assumption the fire will not move beyond the floor where it began. Fire codes for skyscraper construction are supposed to ensure that. Still, the advice for occupants is to move away from the fire even if it means going higher and waiting without panic for rescuers. Alan Cox, WCCO Television News, Minneapolis.
Any building over 7 stories, which has gone up in this state since 1980, must have a complete sprinkler system.
There is more trouble for the Oscar Roberts concrete plant in Brooklyn Park. Fire broke out early today in the rubble created last week when part of the building collapsed, killing 1 worker. The building has been condemned and workers were cutting it apart with torches. Authorities say one of those torches may have ignited the fire. No one was injured in today's blaze.
A 1-year-old girl is in satisfactory condition tonight at the Hennepin County Medical Center. The baby was taken there last night suffering from convulsions. During routine tests, traces of cocaine were found in the infant's blood. A nursing supervisor says the convulsions could have been caused from the baby's high temperature. Her mother is being held at the Hennepin County Jail on probable cause child neglect.
The numbers are in, and all those illegal aliens who applied for amnesty to live legally in the United States. More than 1,000 applied in Minnesota during the year-long sign-up period. Across the country, more than 1.6 million people signed up. Immigration officials called the program a success despite not hitting the 2 million mark. Dry conditions in Minnesota aren't just causing problems in forests and on farmlands. Urban lawns are drying up, too. It is not quite the Dust Bowl, but trees, shrubs, and soil are in need of a good soaking rain. Many worried homeowners are seeking advice from the University of Minnesota's Extension Office. The experts there say if it grows, water it. But the demand for water in Robbinsdale has forced that suburb to impose a voluntary ban on watering that could be extended to 24 hours a day, unless nature, of course, offers some quick relief.
There is more to report tonight on that baby condor that we've been telling you about. First of all, it's doing okay, and its caretakers in San Diego are using a hand puppet that looks something like a grown-up condor to feed it. Little Malaco needs to eat about 8 times a day, and its human handlers think the hand puppet offers that special motherly touch.
Enter our 60th anniversary sweepstakes, and you could win one of over $100,000 in travel prizes, including American Airlines tickets. Save during our anniversary sale on durable lawn furniture by Keller's. High-back chair comfort, set of 4 chairs at a table, only $299.99. And save on this deluxe Structo gas grill, 42,000 BTU double burner and glass window, only $189.99 at your local coast-to-coast hardware store.
For those unaware of the great truck deals at your Dodge dealer right now, here's a subtle reminder. The big Dodge truck push is on. Get the right size and price, like full-size pickups as low as $78.53. A mid-size Dodge Dakota 4x2, save up to $22.50. Or our sporty Ram 50 Express as low as $69.52. So, in case you didn't get it, it's big, it's on, now.
I'm Colleen Needles. Each day, we send our children off to school, where they'll spend most of their growing years. But what happens after they set foot behind the schoolhouse door? School has changed, and so have the pressures being placed on students. All this week, join us for Teach Your Children, a special look at Minnesota education. From drugs and peer pressure to honors classes and high-tech computers, we'll find out what all parents need to know about their child's education. Tonight on the 10 p.m. Report, Channel 4.
A sale just for Mom from Snyder's, the old corner drugstore, for today. The full line of Clarion Cosmetics are all 25% off during Snyder's Mother's Day sale. There's a large assortment to choose from. Save over $2 on Max Factor's L'air Jordan 0.55-ounce Eau de Toilette Spray, just $5.99. The one-pair package of Summeralls or Summer Legs pantyhose for clear, cool comfort on sale for $1.99. For someone special, shop Snyder's, the old corner drugstore, for today.
Tonight in Dimension, Teach Your Children. Our series looks into the debate about whether preschool-age children should be taught in these serious subjects.
First, education stories making news today and tomorrow.
Governor Perpich tomorrow will sign a bill to increase the amount of money attached to each public school student. A total of $38 million will mean an additional $20 to $30 for each student. The National Education Association announced today that teacher salaries went up 5% last year. Alaska paid the most, more than $40,000 a year. South Dakota the least, less than $20,000 on the average. Minnesota teachers fall just about in the middle, 25th. The average salary here, $29,600 each year.
Now, teach your children. Tonight, very young children. More and more parents are sending their kids to preschool for all sorts of reasons. An alternative form of daycare, perhaps, a jump on their academics, or a way to let children explore and develop a love for learning. What about learning, structured learning for children under 5? As it goes in popularity, educators are arguing about whether it is right. Colleen Needles takes us inside preschool education and the debate surrounding it.
Ok, Edmond, ouvre les yeux. Qui a le furet?
Mademoiselle Denise.
Moi?
French. It's become child's play for 3- and 4-year-olds, the standard in many preschools, including this one, Lake Country School in Minneapolis.
Jean, c'est l'heure maintenant pour la classe.
French is one of the few requirements at this Montessori school. For the most part, the children map out their own day.
This book is about the elves and the shoemaker. Which of these would you like to choose?
Reading and writing are options, but so are the everyday tasks adults take for granted.
Look, the class is